Hello and welcome to another episode of FinTech Focus TV with me, Toby Babb, here in New York City at the TradingTech briefing here at the ATM Group. And it's my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Dan Davis. Dan, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Listen, great to have you on. Connamara Technologies I've heard a lot about over the last few years. Sounds like it's going great guns. We're going to be talking a little bit about what you're doing, what's happening in the marketplace, everything in between. Before we do that, give us a little bit of background. Tell us about yourself and the company.
Yeah, Connamara Technologies was founded in 2022. I started working in kind of late 2023, but really the product started way before that. The product itself, EP3, is our exchange platform at Connamara Technologies, was incubated at Connamara Systems. It's now just called Connamara. The best differentiator between the two is probably our website URLs, Connamara.tech versus Connamara.com. But that company's been around since 1998, providing capital market solutions largely to participants based in Chicago, which is where our roots are. And our founder was a trader, and our co-founder was president at FCM, and also the chair of the NFA. So we have a lot of Chicago in our blood, but that company really helped incubate this product and then launch it into its own company in 2022. We've since then become really the de facto provider for technology and CFTC markets. Anybody that wants to create a new exchange, we'd like to think we're the best choice for going down that path and providing the best of building and buying the software that you need to get to market.
There's a lot to pull out of that. That buy and build piece, I've been to the briefings, TradingTech conferences and briefings both in London and over here in New York. Buy and build isn't a subject that's going away too quickly, isn't it? And I think it's the conversation has generally moved from that buy or build and which way do you go to a buy and build, and that seems to be something very much where you guys are sat as well, right?
Yeah, completely. I think we do this in our own personal lives, but you could think about all the different managed service providers that are now existing in the exchange technology space as well. I have somebody that delivers my groceries. Sad enough, do I need to be spending my time at the grocery store if I can also be spending time with my child? That's really where I'd like to be able to spend my time, and I think it's very similar for maybe customers that are, or these financial institutions that are looking at where should their engineering teams spend their time. It's probably on the most interesting stuff, right? And there's options now to buy products out there that take care of maybe some of the more mundane tasks, more blocking and tackling of running whatever sort of workflow you are. So I think that's been really exciting for both exchanges, trading entities, but also just bringing the cost of being able to innovate lower, right? And I think that's what's really exciting for us. We'd love to see more innovation. We love people that have big ideas but might not have the technical chops, the cash, right, or the ability to really navigate that process by themselves. So we love being a resource for people that are trying to start a new venue. It could be something as big as an exchange. It could be more of just a marketplace. It could be an auction. We have people using EP3 a variety of different ways. And say you need to do something even smaller or more bespoke, we still have that legacy Connamara.com business that does custom development.
Can cover it all.
Exactly. So that's why we like to say you can kind of get the best of building exchange technology specifically by buying EP3 and then building on top of it either yourself or with us. And likely our legacy business if we need to put more muscle on the front.
So it works really well together, doesn't it? And you can see how that sort of fuses in. I'm interested to talk about why the separation and how that sort of came out as a product. What drove that sort of thinking? Because there's lots of companies that sort of build multiple products. That separation piece is quite an interesting way of you guys dealing with that as well, right?
And not to say that that company wouldn't build more products, but this product has been insanely successful and a bit viral in terms of bringing new products to market quickly for in a very cost-effective way that just traditionally hasn't been an option for people. There's just very little even competitors in this space other than exchanges themselves that operate this type of technology. So luckily we've had a lot of success with this, and it prompted to think about putting it in its own company. When you think about maybe a consultant mindset versus more of a product-based mindset, it is a little bit different. When you're a consultant and you're creating something more custom, you might you could say kind of maybe not reinvent the wheel, but you are putting together a custom wheel as opposed to, let's think about ways that we can scale this maybe a bit more that'll serve all of our customers, but remain flexible so that they can continue to customize it, or we can continue to customize it kind of on the periphery. But being able to do custom requirements and custom software should remain, as a white glove service that it is.
Yeah.
And being able to create a product, it really how we look at our roadmap, how we think about that, and how we prioritize that really comes down to having a product mindset.
I think it's also interesting. You sort of touched on that word innovation, which pops up a lot on this show and has done all year. And it's the first year where I've seen people sort of getting a bit itchy about whether there's innovation or evolution or whatever we want to call it within this sort of space. But to me, it feels like there's a lot of sea change happening right now. There seems to be a time where we're seeing more change happening in the space, and call it whatever you will. That change has been driven by technological gains that we haven't seen at this sort of scale for a while, be it AI or be it data or a mixture of everything in between, cloud. It's this perfect storm of things that are happening right now within it, and there's companies like yours who are seizing on that and seizing on the spaces. But it feels like this exchange world is something there where we're accelerating quicker than we've ever done before. What's driving that? How do you guys fit into that story?
The exchange ecosystem can be very different depending on what kind of exchange you're running or marketplace, the assets that you're trading. And we've seen it become very decentralized in a lot of ways with custody, like blockchain or DLT type of infrastructure, as well as clearing in either a more self type of clearing type of way, or by using maybe some managed service providers on that front to provide more efficiency on the clearing side. So now within that paradigm, you can effectively pre-clear, pre-trade, and settle in real time. I don't need to explain the value of that to you or really anyone when they're transferring funds in maybe more traditional type of plumbing. And we're still talking about T+1, right? We're still trying to get there in a lot of ways.
Wait for it to come over to Europe in a couple of years.
And I think it's ignorant to say that you could build, just rip and replace all of this. But once you, are able to dissect where that type of technology is really going to have an impact, I think that's where we are seeing more rapid adoption, like on the custody side. As far as having a central limit order book or providing the technology for being able to do that, we still think there's a lot of advantages over having a decentralized order book, if you call it that, more of a peer-to-peer trading or decentralized exchange with automated market makers. That's certainly a different type of framework that we're seeing nowadays. I wouldn't say we support that specifically, but we will see a lot of decentralized exchanges that have off-chain order books, for a lot of the reasons around performance and reliability that our product provides. So that's maybe a slightly different ecosystem, a decentralized exchange versus somebody that's doing more a decentralized finance or a DeFi type of infrastructure with custody and clearing, and what does their market data look like? What does their order entry look like? What does that go-to-market look like? How that shapes up really depends on what regulated environment you're in, how your business plan is. How are you driving liquidity to the platform, and also just what are the assets that you're trading.
So there's an interesting sort of evolution, as you say. That there's this business that's taking huge traction at the moment. You guys are in a hot space, providing a hot solution to that marketplace. Tell me a little bit about how people are interacting and how your customers are feeling about Connamara Technologies once they bring your solutions and your product into their ecosystem.
We realize that our software is critical in every aspect, but if you're an exchange and you have downtime, or you turn a user off or an LP, God forbid, from coming onto your platform or trading on your platform, it's very unlikely that they're going to come back. And so providing the reliability that our customers need and giving them the confidence that they're going to have that reliability and that they'll be able to manage the software is paramount to transitioning from that implementation phase to that production phase. That launch. So our customers do host the software, which I think does give them a lot of comfort in knowing that they have the keys to the car, and they have us in a Slack channel where they don't have to triage through a big organization with a customer support team to get the right answer to the engineers. You're talking to the engineers that have built our platform and a team that knows what they're doing in real time with our support model.
So lots happening and good adoption from everywhere that's coming through. Let's finish by talking a little bit about what's next. So when you're talking about evolution that's happening at a rapid pace, when you talk about all the things that you guys are doing and the problems you're solving, what can we expect to see from Connamara Technologies over the rest of this year?
Yeah, I can't wait to find out. I think our customers are doing some amazing things, and it's really them that drive a lot of.
I was going to say, it sounds like a business that's driven by
the stuff that I love to talk about, are things that our customers get to do. Our customers are our priority on our roadmap. Other than a security or regulatory maybe issue or bug or something. Our customers are come first. We are a customer-led, driven organization, and so being able to see them evolve the market in new ways, either bringing down costs, driving access or opening access that hasn't been there for investors, and just making more efficient markets, increasing price discovery is really what we're passionate about. So right now we're seeing a lot within the event contract space. We just had a customer that we're going to announce tomorrow called Railbird Exchange that was approved by the CFTC. About a week or two ago. They're going to be launching in a very hot space, the event contract space prediction markets with the likes of Kalshi or non-US Polymarket or our other customer, ForecastX. So we're really excited about the event contract space and the price discovery information that's reflected in those markets. And personally, I kind of geek out on some of the efficient market theory, and just the ability to draw information from those types of markets is really fascinating.
It's a great way to finish for multiple reasons. Number one, because I love businesses who are not just saying that this is what we're doing because we feel like we know better than our customers and this is what they have to take on, et cetera, et cetera. Those businesses who I love working with and speaking to are the ones there who are listening to what the need is and utilising the customers in that growth journey. And I love the fact you said that. And also as a closing thing for everything that we've been talking today at the TradingTech briefing, almost everything we're hearing out there today is about driving productivity and increasing efficiency. And when your product is all about that, it seems like it's well suited to being here today. So thanks a lot for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. We try to give people about 80% of what they need, which is a bit tongue-in-cheek. Obviously you want 100%, but the real value of our product is getting the flexibility to take it from 80% to 100%, inject your secret sauce, or give you that kind of IP that they're looking for as an exchange. So I really appreciate the time today, and look forward to the rest of the briefing today.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of FinTech Focus TV. Thanks a lot.